Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit 2, the Summer of Sequels, a show where we discuss sequels from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how these franchises got made yet again, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me as always, Matthew Pelton.
Now, Nick, our guest can't hear us yet, right? We have him muted.
Are you going to make fun of our guest?
No. I'm not going to make fun of the guest.
Okay, all right. You start like that, and that's where I expect it to go.
Well, it's just, he can't hear us, right? It's just the two of us?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, it's just two of us?
Just two of us.
Between the two of us, we don't want to do this, do we?
I mean, it's been 3.5 years.
It's been 3.5 years. Like, we don't want to talk about Spike. We just had, like, Shrek, and we just had, like, Wallace and Gromit.
We're doing
we've
it.
been on such a good streak.
We're doing it. We have to do it. Listen, this
Why do you want to root? Why? Why do you want to break the streak
of Summer of Sequels? This is why we're ending on this movie.
For
Initially,
you.
I wanted to start on this movie, but the reason this entire series exists to begin with is because we had talked literally 3.5 years ago on the 5th episode of this show about a little movie called Spy Kids.
I have no memory of this.
I know you don't, because you hated that movie.
I hated that movie, and it turns out, by the way, okay, Spy Kids 2, the pinnacle of summer sequels. I've never even seen Spy Kids 2.
Okay, great.
What?
I thought he was muted. Fuck.
We'll bring him in.
Hey,
We'll
don't
bring him
talk
in.
bad about the Cortezes in my presence.
That's very
Oh,
true.
Stuart can hear. Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Spy
so
Kids.
excited.
But no, to quickly introduce our guests, because we have to keep talking about Spy Kids too. But Stuart
Do we?
Garnis, welcome back to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit. It's been far too long.
3.5
One of our
years.
few returning guests, and probably our longest in between appearances, if I'm being honest. Because you were on the 5th episode of
Yeah.
the show. We are now on episode 86. So welcome back.
Hey, and you know what? It's a pleasure to be here with the two of you, incredible creatives, talking about one of arguably my favorite trilogies of all time. We don't talk
Listen.
about Spy Kids 4.
Wait a minute.
No.
Spy Kids 4 is it's its own thing. We're talking
is
about the big
It's definitely
three.
not a trilogy. There's
Well, and then
Shit's
we did
okay.
Spy Kids 5. And
Spy-
then that's where we just
They
we
did a
fall.
5th one?
They did.
course,
Actually,
yeah.
it's funny because when we were talking the first movie, that was the same year the 5th one came out, but it was before the movie had come out. So we were talking about the first one,
Yeah.
our first Spy Kids episode. There was only 4 at that point. We were like, I can't believe they did 4. And then that year they did a 5th one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I've seen that. I haven't seen this one.
It's like,
Because I
man.
remember the advertisements for Spy Kids 4 where they had the scratch and sniff in the movie theaters. Do you remember that?
no, I can't
Did
say I
anyone
do.
not spend money for Spy Kids 4 in theaters? How Spielberg intended movies to be experienced
I can't
with scratch and sniff stickers that you can purchase at the lobby?
What year did Spy Kids 4 come out?
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Like how? Like you know
must
what I
have
mean?
been
Was-
somewhere between 2012 and 2018.
So it was probably unacceptable at this point that you were going to the movie, scratching and sniffing everything to go see Spy
Pelton,
Kids
you
4.
do that without going to the movies. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but at least I own it. I do it in private.
Okay.
I'm not going to a movie theater scratching people.
to jump in. Spy
And sniffing
Kids,
people.
All the Time in the World was a 2011 family action film
2011.
with a runtime of 1 hour and 29 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
What?
all I got.
You were 10
And you
years
know what?
old?
If it felt like 1 hour and 29 minutes.
Yeah. But to get back on the Spy Kids 2 thing, yes, we're talking today about the 2002 film Spy Kids 2: The Island of Lost Dreams. And again, as I mentioned, Spy Kids 2, we had talked on that Spy Kids episode all those years ago about how we should cover the rest of the Spy Kids trilogy, again, ignoring the 4th and eventually 5th movie.
It just took a while.
But right. It did take quite some time. But
It took a couple
I'm
years.
very happy that it is like the final. It's the final episode of Summer of Sequels. It's we're talking Robert Rodriguez yet again. Our guy. He's been gone for so long, and now he is back. So I'm very happy that not only are we talking Spy Kids 2, even though Pelton, I already know where this is going, but I'm very happy that Stuart is back on the episode. So all in all, I'm happy that we waited. It all came together right at the perfect time in our lives. Here we are talking.
Okay,
about
wait. I have a question.
it. Yes.
And this is kind of for both of you. But everyone that I know personally,
Everyone.
every
Every single person.
everyone I know that has started like a podcast or was on fucking WCB like back in the day. It's either that they did the radio show and they didn't continue, or the podcast made it 10 episodes and then they bailed. So the fact that we're at 86?
Right.
Is that something to brag about, or does that say more about us?
In my personal opinion, I think about the incredible and beautiful philosophy that if you shove a bunch of monkeys in front of a typewriter, you'll get Shakespeare. I'm not saying this is Shakespeare, but the two of you are monkeys and you're banging away at that typewriter and you're making art.
Listen,
Thanks.
I will take that as a compliment, and we will run with that. I think, in my opinion, is that because we haven't progress, like we've had an
haven't
uptick
progressed
in
at all.
like viewership, like people have, we've garnered a little bit of viewership, not significant amount considering the amount of episodes we have, but I'm happy that we stuck to our craft, are continuing to do this, and from the beginning we had said like we want to cover all the movies that we want to talk about. We don't want to feel like the show is like just left not complete. So the fact that we are still doing it, it was always for ourselves, but the fact that we have at least some people listening is a plus. So I will look at the positive side of it.
Okay, that's fair. It's just when we did the first Spy Kids, it's weird thinking, one, that we eventually did Spy Kids 2, fucking 3.5 years later. And two, dude, everyone around us, all those shows are dead.
That's true. Well, and in that first Spy Kids episode, we had talked about doing Spy Kids 2 like the next couple episodes because we were like, our show's going to be dead. Like, we should just cover the movies that we really want to talk about. And here we are in 2026.
3 years later, baby. Still running.
So, jumping into childhood stories, Stuart, I'm going to throw it over to you because obviously we had talked Spy Kids 1. Seems like the trilogy, as you mentioned, was a big part of your childhood. So, where does this kind of fall in that?
So, it's interesting. Because naturally, the first one, because you got to realize that this was the OG Tom Cruise for kids.
Right.
If you want to think about it. Like, this got kids into, like, fun action movies. And I think about all the cool gadgets. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like, the first one, of course, you had the microwave that would do any meal, and they did the Big Mac. And I remember being like, hey, as a chubby kid, this is fucking awesome. And but then you have Ralph. Mm-hmm. You remember Ralph in the second one? The little guy that... the
little bug. The little bug robot.
Yeah, that Junie had. And it's just like, dude, I would want that.
Yeah.
Why are we spending money on AI and we don't have Ralph yet? Like, this is what Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, needs to start working on.
Look, I just watched this yesterday. I don't remember Ralph.
Well, that's because you don't have skin in the game like I do.
You know what? I'll happily agree that I do not have skin in the Spy Kids game.
No, that's completely fair. Pelton, childhood stories. Had you seen Spy Kids?
No.
2? Okay. So
okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say. My history with Spy Kids, it's weird because before we started Greenlit, if someone had turned to me and said, hey, what are like the biggest movies of your youth? Shrek, obviously, Hop, Were-Rabbit, all the stuff we've covered at this point, all gets included. I would have said Spy Kids. But if someone was like, well, tell me like 4 scenes or name 2 characters, I don't think I could do it.
Just in general with Spy Kids?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. See,
and I didn't realize it till Greenlit.
Yeah.
But you don't remember the thumb guys.
The thumbs.
No, I think I deeply, deeply repressed the thumb guys.
Yeah, they are.
Because they're fucking terrifying.
Quite traumatizing.
Yeah. So I always like had this weird Spy Kids culture thing, but then watching the first one fucking 3.5 years ago, and then watching this one, I'm like, I held none of this.
Okay.
Now, I say I've never seen Spy Kids 2. There's a chance I did.
Yeah.
And I just don't remember.
That's fair. I think for me, we had mentioned before, like, I had watched all of these movies, like, a bazillion times.
Yeah, because you were, like, a nerd.
Right. There are Spy Kids 3D, which we had talked about, like, that movie definitely sticks out the most in my mind, which is why we have to eventually get there. Stay tuned for summer sequels 2027.
Another 80 episodes
in. But with Spy Kids 1, obviously you have those iconic scenes and characters with the thumb guys and the Big Mac stuff, and there's a lot of other things in there. But Spy Kids 2, I was like, oh, I swear I've seen this movie a bunch, but I couldn't really place it. And then I remembered as I was thinking about it.
Oh, you did?
The skeleton scene where they're fighting off the skeletons. That scene sticks out particularly in my mind because not only the characters and like the weird CGI, which happens with all of Robert Rodriguez's movies, and there's a reason for that, but also the environment. Like I was like, oh, they're on like this mountain and it's like a kind of a desert and there's like this weird atmosphere going on. So like,
and there's like a
really
gladiator pit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
And so like all of that really stuck out to me. But outside of that, I was kind of at a loss for like actual memories thinking about this before I had seen the movie. Now, after watching the movie, a lot of that came back, including Ralph and including like the spider monkey guy and a couple other things. But this was the big one where I was like, oh, there was like a big skeleton fight. That's all I remember.
Did it stick out in like a good way, or was these kind of like these weird? Like I remember some fucking freaky skeleton in like a pit.
I think part of it. So when we initially started the show, obviously we've talked about this in the past of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Like that's another Robert Rodriguez movie where it's just eye bleach for the whole movie. There's a lot of really bad CGI, but it sticks out as like
hold up.
That movie's terrifying.
I hate to break it to you, but you got to realize that when you have that childlike wonder and you're experiencing animation for the first time like that, it's like as a kid, your brain is thinking, "Oh my god, this is like the best thing possible."
As a kid,
no, I was freaked out.
But as a kid,
because
even as a kid, I'm like, this is insane.
That's fair. As a kid, I experienced that. But then rewatching it, I was like, okay, like, and even thinking back to it, I was like, yeah, that was weird. That was wild.
It's weird.
And then
some of the dialogue in this second movie, I was very much like, dude, what did they just say?
Yeah. And then there's one particular line which we'll get to that like is insane.
Perfect.
But like for these movies, kind of similar to some of the franchises we've covered in this series, it kind of had this effect of like they all kind of blended together a little bit. For me. And so then when I was thinking back, I was like, oh, I have very fond memories of Spy Kids, the trilogy. Again, not including 4 or 5. But
the best ones.
But then thinking about the individual movies and how they progress, similar to Scooby-Doo, I was like, wait, there's like what scenes happen in which movies? And then as I kind of watched them, I'm like, okay, I like this one more than this one, and these scenes stick out more. But it was always with like a positive, like, oh, I remember Spy Kids being a huge part of my childhood in a positive way.
Well, okay, with the Rodriguez thing, I think here's why it didn't click for me, is I very much grew up like superhero guy.
Yeah.
And there's obviously like pre-MCU, post-MCU, Iron Man's what, 2008 or 2009?
2008, yep.
2008. So I was 7 when that came out. But even stuff before that, you had like Sam Raimi Spider-Man, you had the Fox X-Men stuff. All of that, even though sometimes there are like outdated visual effects to it, they still look like kind of that big blockbuster superhero thing. So even as a kid, going from Spider-Man and then putting on Shark Boy and Lava Girl, visually it is an insane difference.
1,000%, yeah.
And it genuinely freaked me out. So as a kid, I could totally see someone watching like Spy Kids or Shark Boy and Lava Girl, never seeing anything like that on the screen and being like, oh my god, this is amazing. But me, I was like, no, this isn't my Spider-Man. What is this?
I will say though, it's like thinking about the first and the second movie, it's like I'm thinking more so Shark Boy and Lava Girl now. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like, it was almost fully done on a full green screen set.
Yeah, majority of that movie.
And so it's just like, they were really just like, you know what, VFX, we're going to give you overtime, have fun.
It's so wild that they did that.
It's the whole film.
Yeah.
But then you have something like this where it's just like, where do you see it? You see it with some of the magnetized people in like when they're leaving that massive Coliseum during the OSS banquet. And you see it with the skeletons and the creatures. Besides that, I think you only see it in a few action shots and that's it.
Yeah, I will say spoilers for production, but a lot of this was shot on location. So they do have less green screen time than something like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. But I will say like the creature design in this is equally terrifying. Because you have that like spider monkey guy and you're like, holy fuck, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. And it's kind of scary.
I think it's also like, again, going back to just my own personal experience with Spy Kids. And if I had to, this is all just hypothetical, but if I had to guess why it just didn't stick, or the things I remember keep me up at night, is because let's take creature design, right? Even if it's shot on site and it looks great, you do have these fucking like scary ass dragons and skeletons that just look so bizarre. And then again, I'm fucking Spider-Man brain, so I'm used to like Willem Dafoe in a suit.
Yeah.
Or like Doc Ock, where there was actual puppeteers and it was a real physical, tangible thing.
Right.
And then it's just these little kids interacting with computer effects, and my little 4-year-old brain just couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting because, again, like, this is the era where Robert Rodriguez and George Lucas are homies, and they're talking CGI, and they're doing their whole thing. So, yeah, it is this interesting era of film where they're moving from film to digital, and they're moving more into CGI-based films. And, it's fascinating of, like, what comes out on top of, like, oh, this holds up, Jurassic Park. And then what doesn't, there's a certain magic to something like this, which is, I think, similar to how we reacted to something like Hoodwinked, where it's like, hey,
gas.
maybe it looks terrible objectively, but there's a certain charm to it from our childhood that we're like, hell yeah, this rocks. And I think I see the portion of that with Spy Kids or Sharkboy and Lava Girl. Go ahead, sir.
Now, I am curious, because I assume you guys did a lot more research than me, being stoned and rewatching the Spy Kids trilogy again, ignoring the later 4 and 5.
Yeah.
But what was the budget? Because I imagine with a sequel, with how well the first one went, they must have the production house must have thrown a bunch of money their way and said, "Hey, have at it."
Well, we will get there in just a moment, but before we do that, because we would like to do a little guessing game on our show now. So
now, hang on, Nick. Before you say anything, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I have been the co-host of this goddamn show for 4 fucking years, and I have never had a transition that smooth.
So beautiful.
In my entire life, and you didn't even mean to do it.
And you know what's crazy? You just ruined it.
I did. I wanted to step in and destroy it because I was jealous.
It genuinely
and you know what?
So
Stuart brings gold like that. That's why I only come once in 80 episodes.
The second Stuart was like, so what was the budget? I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Here we go. My next note is production. And this is where it gets really fun because there's a lot with these movies.
Just do it.
So
I'm over it.
This movie was directed by our guy, Robert Rodriguez. He is back. This is his, count it, 4th movie. He is one away for being in our Hall of Fame. But here is where it gets more interesting.
Yeah, I keep delaying that Hall of Fame nomination.
Well, we still have another year until Summer Sequels next year until he actually gets into
I'll take a
Pelton,
calendar
I
year.
would love to see you direct Spy Kids.
I would love to see that too.
Bring it on, dude. I would crush that shit.
Put Oasis in the full background.
Absolutely. The whole soundtrack. Let's go.
But I was going to say, this is what you also have to do. So this movie was directed by Robert Rodriguez. This movie was written by Robert Rodriguez. This movie was produced by Elizabeth Avalon and Robert Rodriguez. The cinematography for this movie was done by Robert Rodriguez. And this movie was edited by Robert Rodriguez.
5 for 5.
Now,
Why does he do this?
The music for this movie was done by John Debney and Robert Rodriguez.
6 for 6.
So he has 6 roles on this. But I also want to mention, because John Debney, of course, is our first ever Greenlit Hall of Famer. He was the composer for Sharkboy and Lava Girl, Chicken Little, Zathura, Emperor's New Groove, Spy Kids, as well as 80 for Brady. He's back. John Debney is back.
80 for Brady. Dang.
One of the greatest films ever made, baby.
Absolutely incredible. But yeah, in every single category. This is why, like, we were trying to find a guest for this episode.
You can't.
It's just Robert Rodriguez, and he's just not contactable. And we were like, oh my gosh, we can't do this. So, no interview this week.
This is why, by the way, the whole point of summer sequels, not the whole point, but one of the things we wanted to do with summer sequels was if a guest was on the previous movie, we get them back, like beautiful Stuart over here. But if we're covering a movie that we didn't have a guest for, we try to get someone that worked on the film.
Right.
So, Nick, you cannot tell me the crux of summer sequels was Spy Kids 2, even though the whole movie was made by one man.
Yeah.
There's just no way. There's no way.
It's basically just him. But it's fascinating, and we'll once we get to like the money side of things, that's when it all starts to make sense. So
okay, fair enough.
We're at the part of the show where we are going to talk budget and box office. So we're going to play a little guessing game, Stuart. But before we do that, I want to give you guys some context. So the first movie cost $35 million and made $147 million in the box office. Okay. So it did do pretty well.
What year was this again?
This is another fascinating thing too. So the first movie came out on March 30th, 2001. This movie came out August 7th, 2002.
That's a quick turnaround.
It's a very quick turnaround.
Yeah.
This movie came out just about a year later. That's insane to me.
Wait, when was the first one?
2001.
Well, what month?
March.
What just happened?
He's doing that.
I was doing the math between 9/11 and...
Oh my God.
Jesus
I'm trying
Christ.
to see if there was any connections, and hypothetically...
Connections? We're not a conspiracy theory show.
No, but what I'm saying is that the hijackers could have watched Spy Kids 1.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Also, wait, you're telling me it took you that long to do the math?
We went to
not that many
Emerson,
months.
dude. We went to Emerson. What do you expect from me?
That's a fair point.
That's okay. So yes, 2001 was the first movie. 2002 was the second movie. So very, very close in timeline. This is important context for a budget. So the
Maybe
first one
there is a conspiracy theory here.
possibly.
I can't get off that idea.
Yeah. Well, we'll see when it comes to the rest of the production. The first movie cost 35 mil and made 147. So Stewart and Pelton, do you want to guess how much this movie cost to make first?
No.
Okay, fine. See you later.
With
Episode over.
with it being, because this was like, I still imagine during this time, because you're dealing with a lot of sequels that have flopped in the early 2000s,
Right.
and late 90s, and that played a factor in things. If I were to guess, definitely must have had a higher budget, but I don't think as much as like 100+ million. I'm guessing somewhere around 75.
Okay. Pelton?
Okay, I agree. I think this probably had a higher budget, but because the turnaround was so goddamn quick, it couldn't be crazy. Because you're right, if it was like 100 million, they would have spent way more time on it. It's like it's hard to spend that much money that quickly.
Right.
So what was the first one? You said 35?
35.
I'll say it's less than 70. I'll go 45.
Okay. So part of this is that Robert Rodriguez initially requested the same budget as the first Spy Kids in exchange for more creative freedom. So this movie cost $38 million.
Oh,
so
damn.
it's only $3 million more than the initial one. So now when we're talking box office, again, the first one made 147.
Yeah.
What do you think this one made?
150. I mean, if we're going 3 million...
Wow, I like that. You really
That's
just
a
stuck with
good
the three
logic.
there.
That's good logic.
I'll
No,
say it made
it's-
less.
Okay.
Here's my
No,
thinking,
because
though.
then they got a trilogy, so that means it
Yes.
at least getting enough ramp behind it.
good
You got
thinking.
Steve
Good thinking.
Buscemi in the second one. Are you kidding me?
Good
It did.
thinking.
My thinking is it still made a good amount of money, but Spy Kids 3 was Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah.
So it's like they're throwing a gimmick in the title
Right.
to try to get more people to go.
Like
And
the
Spy
scratch and
Kids 2.
sniff of Spy Kids 4.
Which I still think was you just being a freak as a kid, but it's fine. So my theory is that Spy Kids 2 didn't make as much. And if it made a fucking buttload, they wouldn't have put 3D. It was put Spy Kids 3. So this is a big franchise. There's no need to put a gimmick in there. So how much did the first one make?
147.
147. Again, I don't really pay attention when Nick talks. So 147 million.
So it keeps the show going.
Apparently, 3.5 years. I'll say this made like 128.927 million.
You're on the right track. It didn't make as much as the first movie. Oh. This movie made $119 million in the box office. So still technically a commercial success, but not the success that they would have hoped for when it comes to a second movie. So as I mentioned, Robert Rodriguez, he requested the same budget in exchange for more creative freedom. His quote, you save so much money that you get in return a lot of creative freedom. I mean, total creative freedom. And like we said, he did a lot of the things on this movie. So to save money, Robert Rodriguez acted as his own production designer. Count it, that's number 7. And cinematographer. He said that no DP wanted to film on digital video at the time. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what he claimed. And he reused props and sets between shots, with editing and post-production creating the illusion of a more lavish production. For example, in the large ship that the mom and dad use, there was only one captain's chair. The mom's image was flipped, and Rodriguez intentionally didn't change her hair part so audiences could notice the effect. So Spy Kids 2 was filmed entirely on high-def digital video, a crucial decision for Rodriguez. This was to save money, mostly. Also because of the technology, because, again, he was buddy-buddy with George Lucas. The first movie, he did a lot of stuff at Skywalker Ranch. And he saw George Lucas using digital video for Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And Rodriguez tested the technology during reshoots for the first Spy Kids film. And this is what kind of led him to doing this mostly, almost completely on digital.
By the way, I will say, because we were talking about the kind of like that hoodwinked charm.
Yeah.
And even though Shark Boy and Lava Girl and they, like sometimes Spy Kids, not as much, they can look like eye bleach a little.
Yeah.
There is, for being honest, there is a little bit of charm to like the prequels and something like this, and even like that weird fucking goblin guy in Harry Potter 1.
Yeah.
That did not age well at all. Like, but there is something kind of cute about it.
This is such an interesting discussion to me because I think the discourse online is this is only nostalgic for people our age.
Probably.
Like, it's
like
100%. People of different ages above and below are like, that was a terrible era for film.
It looks gross.
But for all of us, we're like, hell yeah, that shit rocked. This was our childhood. So it's such an interesting, like, we're such an interesting group of people that we find that nostalgic, but objectively it's bad.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Well, the one thing I think about too, because recently I've been rewatching like a lot of 80s, like early animation style and being like, dude, that's the stuff that it's like our parents grew up of. Like the parents of the 70s would watch animated movies of the 80s, but it's just like some of the movies are so vivid and weird, and it's experimenting between like hand illustration and very early like layering of graphics. And this is like the same thing. It's just like the next generations of like, hey, we kind of have the freedom to do whatever. Like there aren't any set rules right now for us. Let's just throw shit at a wall and see what sticks. And I'm like, that is very prevalent within our generation. And I think it honestly shapes a lot of our views and even more so like humor, I think.
Well, especially because now like everything feels so goddamn polished that like then, like you watch documentaries even about like the making of Star Wars. You're like, damn, those guys were just working out of a garage, just figuring shit out, and they just did it. And now like it is what it is. But now you look at the new Star Wars, and you're like, okay, everything is like has to be pristine, and it's like the greatest visual effects in the world. I mean, it's the same company, but it's like now they're way more refined. They have the latest, greatest technology, and it's just there's that lack of charm. I feel like in a lot of stuff nowadays. Obviously, you have your outliers that still have that. But
I was about to say,
it's fascinating, just the difference between. I feel like there was more experimental stuff back in the day.
Well, I think like visually, it was very experimental. You're right, because like the prequels, especially, say what you want about the prequels in terms of like storytelling and characters and whatever, but in terms of tech, that was pretty groundbreaking and bold at the time. To be like, hey, the movies that are famous for practical effects and doing everything by hand, we're going to do the polar opposite and just fully commit for all three. Like, I refuse to change my mind.
Wild.
That's kind of badass.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think because so much was visually experimental, we kind of learned, like, what works and what doesn't. And therefore, like, Lord of the Rings was coming out the same time as the prequels. And Lord of the Rings still looks brand new.
Right.
You put on Attack of the Clones, and it looks so outdated. And you're like, how is that the same era?
Yeah. It's
wild.
Insane. But I do understand like the thought process though, because the last part of this particular note is that Robert Rodriguez thought that the digital video transferred to film looked better than traditional film. So it's like I get like at the time maybe that felt cutting edge, and it felt like the future. But then looking back, you're like, oh no, that was wildly like off the mark. I mean, again, there's still some charm to it, but it was just like the longevity of it, like holding up. Like you said, Lord of the Rings. Feels like a brand new movie. It's insane. It's so insane.
Like there is a charm to it, and I have a lot of respect for it. Because to come up with that idea is fucking insane, and to commit to it, like all power to you. That's awesome.
Yeah, 1,000%.
You know, looking back with like a 2026 lens, it's like maybe not the best choice, but I respect it.
Yeah. So more about, again, like saving costs, keeping the same budget, but having more creative freedom. So Spy Kids 2 has over twice the amount of special effects than the first film. Again, a lot of it was shot practically, but there was a lot of added stuff.
Yeah.
Rodriguez picked some visual effects companies who were eager and less established, as well as starting up his own Troublemaker Studios and re-employing Hybrid, which was a company, who had worked with him on the first film. So Gregor Punchatz, the film's lead animator, nailed it, removed motion blur for the computer-generated creatures. In doing so, the clean image resembled the stop-motion work of Ray Harryhausen, who has a cameo in the film and a special thanks credit. This was also Rodriguez's intent, was to create a sort of stop-motion look for the characters, which is also why it might feel a little weird.
A little janky.
Yeah. The scene...
Well, did you say Robert Rodriguez, his company is Troublemaker Studios?
Yes.
Okay, I love that.
Yes. And we get to that in the first scene.
The first scene!
Yeah.
I was gonna say
he put his own fucking mascot in the movie.
That was the biggest surprise to me. But that is his studio, and I guess he made it for this movie. It sounds like.
Oh, he did.
So he didn't have that, like, maybe he had it as like his own like little thing, but he like really put the label on it, I think, for this one.
Well,
This was
yeah,
bad
practically
shit
for the first
ever.
movie too.
you
but-
got to realize, come the second one, you got that Spy Kids money now.
Damn
Yeah.
right you do. You got a reputation to upkeep,
exactly.
man.
So
But can we just put the Quaywood tree like in fucking everything?
I think we do already, don't we?
Yeah, we kind of do.
Or you said like
Sure.
practically.
I want to make the tree.
A physical.
You just have like a
man.
forest, and you're like, what the fuck is that gold tree doing over there?
Why not, dude?
It
If
just
fucking
has
Robert
no
Rodriguez can do it, let's fucking
Yeah.
do it.
So the scene with the army of live skeletons was shot on a real rock formation. As I mentioned, it's that like environment
Yep.
that stuck out to me with
With
two
real skeletons, too.
young. Yeah, exactly.
One
With
was
the
my
two-
really did
granddad.
Yeah. With the two young actors on safety wires, and the computer-generated skeletons added later to over 36 shots, which at the time, again, is quite a bit.
Yeah.
A bit more on production here until we move into plot. The film was released on VHS and DVD in the United States on February 18th, 2003. And as of December of 2003, the video sold 4 million copies, earning a profit of over $68.8 million.
Damn.
So adding on to that total.
Yeah, there is kind of that Spy Kids money, isn't there?
I'm saying,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
And it's crazy too, because I was thinking back to when I remember watching it, like with my summers, and it was because we had it on VHS. And so when we would watch movies and like say the power went out or what have you, it's just like, all right, we pop on we don't have cable, put on the VHS tape.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And you just play that over and over. But also, I could picture the VHS quality with some of those characters. That's like, it's nostalgia, but it's also nightmare fuel. Like, it's really like
yeah.
that. It's so
horrifying.
haunting.
But
I
in the
love
best
it.
ways.
In the best way. The best way. So they shot the film in Texas and Costa Rica, with the amusement park scenes being filmed at Six Flags Over Texas, which I thought was interesting. Also, not the first time on this show that a theme park scene has been shot at an actual
It's not.
like Six Flags theme park. I don't
was
think
the
so.
other one?
It sounds familiar. I don't know. Maybe it was Scooby-Doo. I'm trying to think of other ones that have like
with
amusement parks
Spooky
as big.
Island.
Well,
plot
Spooky
points. Or
Island wasn't a
maybe-
theme park, but it was a legitimate resort.
Right. Maybe it was the Percy Jackson one where they do the theme park.
The casino?
It was. It's
I
totally
don't
because in
remember.
Sea of Monsters, there's a theme
Yeah.
park
Yeah.
with the stupid Cyclops.
Yeah.
Stuart, you can tell we put a lot of work and research into this show.
I'm going off the dome
10
for
out of
that one.
10 out of 10.
yeah. But that's all I had on production for Spy Kids 2. So now, moving into the plot, we open with none other than an amusement park. But not just any amusement park, as we mentioned, but one based off of Troublemaker Studios.
Dude, that's so badass.
Which is because it's like the opening shot is literally just like the live action head of the character.
Yeah, it's the opening shot.
That's what it is. which
Also,
is
what do you
absolutely
think
incredible.
came first? Do you think they wrote a theme park and then saw an opportunity to put the mascot in, or do you think they wrote a scene around the mascot?
I wonder if it was like they got the producers got, which is just Robert Rodriguez and that one other lady. They got access to Six Flags, and they were like, okay, well, we can't shoot just Six Flags. We have to make it like in this world, or like maybe it was a copyright thing where they're like, we can't use the Six Flag
Could
name.
be.
So we have to figure out like a logo that we could put over it. And then he was like, oh fuck, I have the same budget because I wanted more creative freedom, but
Whoops.
because I have the creative freedom, I can just put my own logo there. Fuck it. So
No,
that's
that I
my
guarantee
thought
you is probably
process.
what it is. That
Yeah.
totally makes sense.
I kind of like the idea that it's the opposite, though. There's no way it is.
No.
He goes to write Spy Kids 2, and he's like, I'm going to put this fucking mascot in there somehow.
I mean, listen, it's a good idea. I think it's
That's
fun.
how we write.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's a fun way of writing.
It's a very fun way. It's like, instead of coming up with something creatively, it's like, how can we put like a sponsor in this?
Oh, right. We're just like Bob Iger. We just want to shove IP in there wherever we can get it.
We just sell out the second we can.
Marketing, advertising.
Our thought process is just Paul Blart Mall Cop. So we're at this amusement park. So the one thing I wanted to mention about this amusement park is, you know, we've established this on the show. I'm the theme park guy, the amusement park guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But this scene stressed me the fuck out because these rides are the most illegal rides I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean,
listen,
it was incredible,
it's just a handful of OSHA
insane.
violations.
Dude, more than that.
This is murder.
It is murder.
Wasn't there one ride that literally just takes two carts and just smashes them together?
together?
Yeah, it's not a ride. That's murder.
And then the one that is like the big set piece, it's called the juggler. And so one that would never mechanically work.
It's sick, though, and I love it.
It is very cool. If that was like a real
really
thing, that'd be
cool.
really cool. But then two, the guy, like, he was explaining it, and he's like, oh yeah, we're going to spin people the amount that the United States government legally allows. And I'm like, I've seen the other rides here. I don't think it's just that. I think it's
not
more
worried about that.
I think they're going to be dead. So
Go ahead, Stuart.
I was going to say, you got to think about how much power is used in these, too. It's got to be at least 8 AI data centers worth to charge up some of those. Because you got to realize how much force they're tossing those metal balls up.
Yeah, the bottles of water at this theme park cost $400.
I was going to say, did you think this is why? I think you guys might have been right about they went to go do Six Flags. Six Flags was like, hey, if you're going to show rides that are killing children, you can't put our name on it.
Yeah, that's probably part of it too. That's
exactly
most
what
definitely
happened.
part of it. I wonder if that was it. Is like they got the location and they were like, we're just gonna do it and it's not gonna cost us a lot. Again, if you remember, Rodriguez asked for $35 million, not 38.
Yeah.
There's that $3 million gap. Maybe it was
Spy Kids money.
The dressing of the whole thing.
Yeah, they were probably just gonna do like normal, like freaking Six Flags rides.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, are you okay if we slaughter children here?
Yeah.
Naturally.
Okay, so the President of the United States, his daughter is there. Just because, you know, she's doing her thing. She has a seemingly infinite number of Secret Service agents, and she wants to find the most dangerous ride seemingly in the world.
Was this in the first movie?
The President's daughter?
I don't remember anything about a president or a daughter. I know they're
think so.
spies, but like...
I don't think so.
I didn't think so, right?
I could
Listen,
be very
you have
wrong.
to get the U.S. government involved.
Why?
It's a large psyop. This got kids into the FBI. You got to realize that.
Okay.
I wanted to work for the Secret Service because of this.
You want it to be SK5.
Is that true?
Spy Kids 5.
Well, like, yeah, at a young age, I was just like, dude, going on missions is sick as heck. I could do that. And then naturally, what's the next step? The Army
Emerson
recruiter
College.
coming to
Right.
high school.
So
you want to play
wait,
with cool gadgets and save the president's daughter? Be a Marine.
I'm good. I'm gonna go to art school.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do
This
filming.
opening scene, there were so many things that ran through my head. Because one, you have Robert Rodriguez mascot.
Yeah.
2, they're killing children. 3, I'm like, this is Nick's favorite movie because it opens with a theme park.
Incredible opening.
And then I'm like, okay, Spy Kids, to be fair, haven't watched it in 3.5 years, as we established. But I don't remember them having more security and like clearance than the Secret Service of the president's daughter.
Yeah. The way that Junie just flashes his level 2. He's not even level 1.
And they're like,
he's
oh,
level
yeah,
2
yeah.
security, and they're like, all right, we gotta bow down to this fucking kid. It's like,
And,
I'm
and
like,
the way
that's
he says it
wild.
too, he pulls that out. I was like, "All right, break it up, fellas. Level
Yeah,
2."
yeah.
Level 2.
all right,
And it's
boys.
just like, this kid is. How old is he supposed to be? In this
Exactly. I'm like, this is
Like,
crazy.
What is he
Yeah,
like?
he's
He's
like-
not even 12. I think.
yeah, he's like 10.
No. And he's got level 2?
It's insane. It's cool. It's because he did the whole Floop investigation in the first movie, all that stuff.
But it's the president's daughter.
That is very true. Also, can I call out something that we had mentioned?
No.
Okay, fine. No, in the first movie at the end, there's like the whole thing with George Clooney. It's like a big reveal.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a whole setup at the end of the first movie. Where the fuck was he?
They didn't get more budget.
Where was George Clooney? I don't like that they did like the Nick Fury thing that we were joking about earlier.
For Steve Buscemi.
It's Steve Buscemi or George Clooney, dude. You can't have both. True.
Although I guess we'll get to this next summer, but I have a vague memory that they all show up. It's like literally an Avengers level moment.
Like an Avengers?
In Spy Kids 3D because they can't defeat the Tinkerer and his toys. And they have to assemble all of the Cortez family together and defeat this guy with these giant robots. That's what I think happens, and I hope that happens. But
again, I rewatched Spy Kids 3. Art.
It's fantastic.
You son of a bitch. I'm convinced you're just trying to piss us off.
Pelton, I was prepared for this interview. I don't think you understand.
Can I just point out, I want people to know who are listening to this that don't know the history of the three of us. We have lived together.
Yes.
We've been friends for years.
Mm-hmm. We were lovers.
We were lovers.
We were, especially, me and Stuart. Nick was gone for quite a couple semesters there.
Nick was hanging out in the corner like Obsession.
But still center frame like a fucking asshole.
Every time you looked at me, I was in the middle of your eyeballs.
But I was talking to Nicole, and I was like, when was the last time I talked to Stuart? Like, genuinely talked. And I was like, I don't even think I saw him at graduation. And I was like, oh my God, it was the fucking boat prom.
Oh, I saw you after boat prom. I must have.
It was? When?
Oh yeah, because I was gone during
Nick wasn't there.
Yeah.
My memory is I show up to boat prom, and obviously this is how it happened. But we walked up, and before we got on the boat, it was me, Allie, a couple other people, and Stuart just had his arm around like 8 women, and he had like a gold chain. And I'm like, this is the coolest and scariest guy I've ever seen. This is awesome.
Boat prom, baby.
I was like, boat prom, baby. And then I haven't talked to him for 2 years.
Well, yeah, because I walked up throwing hundos, and I said, first name greatest, last name ever.
Right.
And the next thing I know, I'm getting booked. I'm going on Howard Stern.
Just
the whole 9 yards, Pelton.
He is the real life Wolf of Wall Street.
He is.
He's doing quaaludes on the boat.
Dude, last time I saw fucking Pimp Stewart, and then 2 years later he comes on talking about how great Spy Kids is.
Hey, and you know what? That makes me a universal person.
It's very true. He appeals to all audiences.
Let's go with that.
You need to have yin and yang, and you shouldn't yuck my yum.
Exactly.
Listen, bro. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum, all right?
But you know what his yum is?
Spy Kids 2.
Spy Kids 2.
So the president's daughter, her whole plan is to go to the craziest amusement ride at Six Flags Troublemaker Edition, get stuck on it, and have her dad come and save her. Because I guess, the whole plotline with her is since becoming president, I guess he hasn't spent as much time with her, and she's very upset about it. It's actually quite a sad story. But she gets stuck on the juggler, and the Secret Service agents somehow aren't able to get to her. They ask if they have any smaller agents, and of course, they send in SK-1 and SK-2 to save her. They also send in SK-3 and 4 as backup, but it truly just turns into a competition between the two pairs of Spy Kids agents.
Do we know which one's 1 and which one's 2?
I don't think so.
Because I'd be fucking pissed
if you were 2.
If I was 2.
I'd be pissed if I was 4.
I think the girl was 1 from.
Because she's older.
Maybe.
Well, I think she was just a better fighter.
Yeah. But I mean,
Bro,
from the first movie, she was like kicking her brother to the side. She was like, I'm better than you.
He's got those dance moves, dude. He's got Riz.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember how awkward that scene was.
But then it became a meme, like recently.
That scene was? It did.
That whole thing.
Become a meme.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Also, I know, listen, we have rides killing kids. We have little kids showing up that are stronger than the president. Like, this movie is off to an insane fucking start. Yeah. The one thing that to me was crazier than all of it was this movie's 2002.
Yeah.
And it's Miramax.
Right. A lot of
Do
kid
we
stuff.
wanna address that?
A lot of kid stuff. The two other executive producers on this movie. Scary times. Yeah, this was a Weinstein movie.
What are we
It's really
talking about?
uncomfortable.
It's a Weinstein
Harvey
film.
Weinstein produced
Weinstein,
this.
oh, he's such a good guy.
Oh no. Cut that out.
We gotta go. This is why we waited 3.5 years to bring you back.
86 episodes is where we close our show out.
You keep
He
getting
brings
us in
up
trouble.
9/11. He says he's pro.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Bringing in the
See, there
main
was-
boy.
I was watching it and it said like Miramax and Dimension,
Yep.
and it took a 2nd. The Spy Kid showed up, and I was like,
feel like
oh,
we've also
no.
had a couple of those where we're like, oh shit, this is a
Yeah.
Weinstein, and you're like, oh,
It's a Weinstein.
Well, in all fairness, the only thing that I remember, I don't remember those. I only remember that animated kid's face.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Troublemaker.
Troublemaker Studios
Yeah.
logo is iconic. That's the only vivid thing that I remember.
Right. Not as much
That's
Miramax,
fair.
which is just actually that's a good thing. It's a good thing that we only
Yeah,
remember
I'm
that.
kind of happy
Yeah.
you don't remember
character.
the Weinstein.
It's not
of it
like an
all.
animated Weinstein as like the Miramax logo, and you're like, wait, no.
Uh-oh.
No.
Yeah. So Junie saves the president's daughter, and Gary, who is like the older brother of the other duo, takes a device back to the Secret Service that the president's daughter had stolen from her father. She's in big trouble at this point, but we don't know why yet because we don't really know what this
yeah.
device is.
Because doesn't she take the arc reactor?
Yeah, basically, this is what I'm saying. It's like,
Basically
I
what
think
it is,
This
right?
franchise like primed our generation for the Avengers. Like, I think that, I mean, obviously you had your X-Men and Spider-Man also come out around
No,
the same.
it was Spy
But I
Kids.
think it was the Spy Kids, like, universe. It was like, oh shit, you have, like, these, you know, superpowered kids not superpowered, but they have these gadgets that give them powers, essentially. And they're doing their thing, and there's, like, this whole very similar, like, storytelling, you know, they have these different elements. But maybe that's just my take.
So basically, let me translate Nick's speech for
Yeah.
people at home. Fuck Tobey Maguire, fuck Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
It was Harvey Weinstein.
Oh no. I don't. That's not.
I think that's what
not-
you're trying to say.
No. That's
what I got.
purely Pelton speak.
No, that was Nick. I know you pretty well.
I respect
Dave. You're a
all of
defender.
them because literally right before this, I was watching the first X-Men movie and prep for Doomsday.
Let's go. Good man.
So yes, we then cut to the title card, which is super fucking epic. And again, the score, Robert Rodriguez. And
Crushes it.
John Debney, to be fair. But they knock it out of the park. It's fantastic. It fits the vibe. It's wonderful. But the family, we then cut away to the family getting ready for the OSS awards ceremony.
Dude. Okay. Beginning of this movie, I wasn't super in because it's an insane fucking opening.
Yeah.
I was nervous it would just be the kids. Fucking Spy Kids mom, dude. She's back.
She shows up and she's
and
getting
I'm
ready.
like, best movie
Bro,
ever.
what are you talking about? Spy Kid's dad.
Him too, dude. Honestly, I
Dude,
Oh, dude, the slick
What an
back hair.
aesthetic of a human being.
fucking
beautiful.
gorgeous couple.
That's my Puss in Boots, baby.
That's
That's
your
how
what
you
now?
know this is a
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
fictitious movie.
Yeah. No, yeah, you can't have a couple that perfect in real life.
No, yeah, it should be illegal.
It should be
it's-
illegal.
It's distracting.
It's insane. Well, and
distracting.
again, they have this fucking mansion. They have cool ass jobs. They're hot as fuck. They're going to these award ceremonies. Like, they're just living the perfect life.
Dude, he's tying his kid's fucking bow tie.
It's
It's
so
fucking rad as
cool.
hell.
No,
It's
he's
so
not even doing it. You
Yeah,
know
there-
who is?
Ralph.
Ralph.
That does
Ralph.
it. Oh, that was Ralph.
Yeah. I mean, but then he does come in at the end. He's like, "This guy's never gonna replace me. I'm your dad." He like tightens it. He's like, "I
Big
got
commentary
on.
on AI.
In 2002, that's what I'm saying.
In
Well, and-
2002.
and Gary even mentions like when he's like grappling up the thing, and he's like, "I got this AI technology," and he's like, "Man." There's foreshadowing to
They
our
knew, they
inevitable shitty future. So
See,
we
this is why Nick supports Harvey Weinstein, is because he is
It's not-
anti-AI. I need to drive this home that Nick is a supporter of Harvey Weinstein.
I'm canceling this show.
No.
You're fired again.
I'm exposing you.
So, moving on from all of this, we see that Carmen has a crush on Gary, and Junie is just not a fan. He's like, this guy sucks. He's my arch rival. My sister has a crush
He
on him.
does suck,
He
by the way.
does suck.
For being honest.
Yeah. Junie does.
also like-
Oh, yeah.
So I was about to say, I took a note of it because it made me giggle so hard. Because you have, is he Spy Kid 4?
Potentially.
Is he Spy Kid 3?
Maybe.
He's one of them, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, 3 or 4, whatever. He's got a crush on female Spy Kid. I don't know the name.
She has a name.
No, I don't care. He has a crush on Carmen. Is that her name? So in the scene, this guy's brilliant, guys. Take notes. This is how you pick up women, okay? He's talking to Carmen.
Hey, remember
He's
they're
like,
12. Remember they're 12.
I know. I'm trust me.
I was
I'm
going to
taking it
say,
easy. I know,
Pelton.
fucking Harvey Weinstein boy. But
Pelton, you're towing a line, and it's getting
just
thinner.
trust me. Hear me out. As he goes like, "What's up, Carmen? Oh my God, you look so beautiful, whatever." And he's like doing his thing, and then Carmen's little brother, she's super close with. She loves him. She adores him. Little brother says one word, and this guy, trying to impress his crush, the love of his life, turns to her little brother and was like, "Shut up, you fat piece of shit." I'm like, whoa. That is not
Yeah.
how you do that, dog.
But I mean, pretty much the entire movie is just him being like, "Oh, she thinks I'm hot, and the way I'm gonna riz her up is by shitting on and then literally beating up
on
her
her
little
brother.
It
He
is
calls
kind of
her brother
crazy.
fat and ugly
Yeah.
in like the same sentence.
It is kind of
Well,
crazy.
I don't think he even truly cared. About her. It was definitely more so him
rivalry.
chasing the thrill, because even when he was going on the missions, like, he wanted to be the number one.
Yeah,
Right.
he wanted to be the big guy.
Right. Yeah. There's like the rivalry between the guys and then the girls. So Junie does, however, dance with Alexandra, who is the president's daughter.
And he crushes it.
He does his little thing. He does the ballet. It's incredible.
Dude, I said take notes earlier. Fuck that.
Dude,
Take
it's incredible.
notes.
He's so suave. Again, the Riz is there, but
Riz
he
master.
doesn't get the recognition he deserves by the president for saving his daughter. So Donegan
up.
giggles, father
The
of
goat.
Gary and Gertie. Gertie
The
is
goat.
the younger daughter. Hacks into the teleprompter and makes himself the director of the OSS, as well as making Gary and Gertie level 1 agents, which is
And
a
you know
step
what's
above
crazy?
Carmen and Junie's level 2. So they're like top
You know
of the
what's-
class. Yeah.
This is crazy because this is a reflection of the 2020 election in which 2024 election in which Donald Trump got reelected.
Right. He hacked
Think
into the
about it.
system.
He hacked
do we
into
want to
the-
give a follow-up question, or should we just let him?
I think we just
let him sit on
we
it?
leave it. I think we leave it. Much like
No,
the Weinstein
keep
stuff, I'm just
asking
gonna
me.
leave all that. I'll just let it evaporate into Greenlit history. So
You know what? Fuck, I'm taking the bullet. Stuart, how is this like Donald Trump's re-election? Please tell us.
How is this like it? You know what I think? I think it's like the election because he has a lot to do with kids. Next question.
Uh-oh.
okay, moving on.
that piqued Nick's attention.
No.
Where's the next one? I'm ready.
No.
No.
So they toast to Gary and Gertie, and after all the adults take sips of poison champagne, it leaves only the Spy Kids to fight the villainous waitstaff, who are a bunch of magnet guys who try to steal the transmuker device, which is the device that Alexandra stole. This
arc
scene
reactor?
was one that, yes, the arc reactor. This scene was one that clicked for me because I was like, I remember all
no
the
shit.
like swarm of children. Because I remember from the first one, the swarm of children all fighting each other with like the robots, but then the swarm of children fighting the magnet guys. Like they were all kicking their asses. They all had their newest technology. It was incredible.
You remember just the kids, huh?
Right. I am not playing well
Pause.
into this.
Oh, yeah, I know. I will say this is kind of, I know we're only, 20 minutes into the movie?
Yeah.
The movie, I'm going to be honest, this kind of took a turn for me here.
Okay.
Because, listen, I know it's Spy Kids, and I'm sure as a kid, it's really cool to see other kids doing cool shit.
Yeah.
As an adult, when I'm watching it, for me, my favorite part was the other adult characters.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like the mom
Totally
and dad
would
rock.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Alan Cumming fucking crushes it.
Yeah,
the mom
yeah.
and dad crush it. Even the president's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then that scene, it's like, oh, all the adults are down.
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah. They all
Like,
pass
we're
out.
just left with kids now.
Yeah. But like I said, I remember that from when I was younger. Of like this scene stuck out to me as a kid, and I agree
exactly.
that like
It
now
plays
it's like
as a
okay,
kid,
like
yeah.
you know the magnet guys are obviously not going to win this, so like let's keep it moving. So
And the adults are so good. Like, they're
yeah.
so good in this
They're
movie.
all incredible. Again, it's insane how he got this cast for
What do
this
you
amount
mean?
of money. And like it's fascinating to me that the cast is so stacked and they all absolutely deliver on all of their characters, what they're supposed to do in these movies. Like all their role playing, like they're not overperforming, they're not underperforming, they're doing exactly what they need to do, and they're just knocking it out of the park. And the fact that he got fucking 15 A-list like adult actors, it is incredible.
Again, we still haven't hit Steve Buscemi's scenes
No,
yet.
I know.
we haven't.
He has the greatest line in cinematic history.
Fucking soprano star himself, Steve Buscemi. It's around the same time, too, I
That's
think.
insane. So we see in the battle that the device stops their gadgets from working. This is a big plot point. And the bad guys escape, leading somehow to everyone blaming Junie for the stolen device after the adults wake up. This is literally just
Good.
Gary just pointing and being like, he did it. And everyone's like, yeah, gotta believe him.
And then don't they fire him?
Yeah, he gets fired.
Even though he's like 10?
Yeah.
No,
Fuck's fired.
I thought he was on temporary leave.
No, Junie gets fired. Gary gets put on temporary leave at the end of the movie.
That's what it was.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So, but Junie straight up fired. Even though Gary
Fired.
should have been like, he should have been fired and banned permanently forever.
Also,
Yeah.
listen, in a world where these kids have this level of like clearance and shit, if they ever do something that's worth getting fired, I hate to say it, would they just be shot?
Or like a Men in Black memory eraser.
There you go.
Type of
That's
thing.
Yeah.
much more
Maybe
humane
not.
I think that's a more Spy Kids
Maybe not.
way of doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's go
won't
memory
even
wipe
say
instead
it.
of they
Yeah.
take him out back and
Right.
put him down.
So yes, Junie is fired, and Carmen reinstates him pretty quickly. She like hacks into the system and she does this whole thing. So they listen in on Gertie and Gary's briefing on their new assignment, and they decide to take on the assignment themselves to try and clear Junie's name. So Danny Trejo, of course, because he just happens to be in this movie,
The goat of the Spy Kids movie.
shows up and gives them new equipment, and they begin their mission. But also, they realize it's not the newest equipment. It's just the new equipment that their uncle has. So they have their instant McDonald's. It's back on their submarine dragonfly ship thing. And Junie reminisces about his broken robo-bug friend, Ralph, because Gary
R.I.P.
steps on it and kills him.
He does? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he's like my poor guy.
How you guys are moved by Ralph? I don't even know who Ralph is.
His little bug friend who spies on Gary and Gertie. Remember, he
No,
goes through the whole
I don't.
thing.
And he fixed up his tux. They had such a great
So
relationship.
cute. The only reason they
honest,
were able to learn about this mission is because of Ralph. And
So
then
it's Ralph's
Gary
fault.
killed him.
Who's Gary?
Gary is the older son.
Who's Gertie? You keep saying these names like I don't know who these fucking characters are.
All right, Stuart, we're gonna take the rest of this episode just us.
might
Okay,
have to. You might have to.
we're rocking
Okay,
and
okay.
rolling.
The only
Gary-
two things I remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't give a shit about Gary. The only two things I remember from like this time frame of the movie is that the other freaking knucklehead kid that just calls the brother fat and ugly the whole movie.
Yeah.
He has like nanotech.
Yeah, that's Gary.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so does Iron Man, bro. I'm like,
That's
why
Gary.
is this movie just Iron Man? That's Gary?
Gary is the older
Yeah, but he-
son spy kid.
So Gary's Tony Stark.
And then Gertie is the younger sister.
No,
I'm lost.
they both have it.
Yes.
They both have Gary?
They both have nanotech.
They both have
both.
nanotech.
They're both Iron Man.
They are both
Thank
Iron
you.
Man.
Just talk in Marvel terms and I'll understand.
Gertie, Carmen, Junie. Those are the spy kids.
Okay. Carmen and
Junie.
Jerry.
Carmen
Junie.
is the
Junie.
older daughter.
Junie.
Junie is the younger son. That's Megan
Those-
Trainor's husband.
The redhead.
It's Megan Trainor's husband?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's wild.
We talked about this in the first episode, and
We
you had the
did?
same reaction. Yes.
Oh, whoops.
You know what's
it was
funny
3
too?
years ago,
Because
to be fair.
yeah.
3.5.
But
Yeah.
this is so crazy because it's the same relationship with the Culkin and the girl from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yes.
Wait, what do you mean?
And they're
It's
married.
that same vibe.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Who?
Is it Macaulay Culkin and then the
Yes.
one of the girls from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody are married. So they get some clues about the island they have to investigate and
Who's
how
they?
Junie and Carmen, the Spy Kids 1 and 2.
Cortez.
Cortez.
Got
yes.
it. Thank you.
So they get some.
That's not her full name though.
Right. There's lots of names, including Junie's full name includes Robert Rodriguez's sons' names, which are his middle names.
Oh, fuck
Yes.
off.
Anyways,
That's insane.
Yeah, you remember Racer Rodriguez, the creator of
Oh,
Shark Boy and Lava
yeah.
Girl? That's
I
one of
do.
his middle names, one of Junie's middle
Yeah.
names in this movie.
Is this the scene where they go to like board some like Phantom Menace-esque ship?
They're already on the ship. We're already there.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go backwards
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
The guy that gives them the ship,
they're not
is that the
uncle.
same guy? Yeah, who keeps weirdly insisting that he's not related
Right.
to them.
Yes.
Was that you guys didn't find that kind of off-putting at all?
That he's not
He just
related
kept being
to them.
like, no, we're not blood.
I mean, I guess, but I
know what I
didn't
mean?
think too much about it. I mean, I guess the big reveal at the end is that like he basically like sold them out. So
Yeah,
he was
he
like,
did.
okay, like we're not related. So like that was kind of the setup punch of that, but it was still like
I just
it
found it
wasn't
like creepy.
I guess, yeah. But
Because
I
like
didn't
the
think too much
girl
about it.
kept calling him uncle, and he's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we are not blood related.
I mean, if you talk about it in that light, I guess.
Listen,
sure.
Harvey Weinstein produced it.
I mean, yeah. Again,
come on now.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was more to it, but I'm choosing to not think about it like that.
Fair.
But yeah, so they learn more about the island they have to investigate and how Donegan Giggles was there before he was the OSS director. Very interesting. It started to feel like a Scooby-Doo movie. They called
Great.
their old friend Floop about the OSS. So Alan Cummings is back. And then the other guy, I forget his name. He has like the multiple heads. Oh, Minion.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he's got all his
yeah,
hands
from the
and
first
stuff.
movie.
Yeah, so they're on the phone with Minion, and he thinks that Donegan is behind it all because he was the first one with hands on the transmuter technology. So again, we still we know what it does. We don't really know his grand plan, but like he's involved, and he made himself the director of the OSS. Sent his kids
Who
out.
did?
It feels Donegan Giggles,
who is
the
that?
guy who became the director of the OSS instead of Mr. Cortez.
He hacked into the system.
Father of the other two Spy Kids.
Oh, hot dad.
Not Hot
No,
Dad.
not Hot Dad.
Oh,
Of
oh.
the other two Spy Kids.
Balding Dad.
Balding
got it,
Dad.
got it,
Yes.
got it. Okay.
So he had his hands on the technology before anyone else. So Minion, the guy with the multiple heads, he
Yeah.
thinks that dad is fishy because he made himself the director. He sent his kids on the mission, and he had hands on the technology first.
Is there too much going on?
Yes,
or did I,
did
just not
find
pay
myself
attention?
writing way more than I normally do in the
It's a
first
lot.
half of
You
the
guys
movie.
just gotta lock in.
Hey, listen, I am locked in.
Isn't it crazy that this shit won an Evie?
Yeah.
We won multiple.
yeah. Oh, you're talking about our
So
show.
wait,
Yeah,
Yeah, Spy
Greenlit.
Kids too.
No.
I think another thing to think about too that I also found so incredibly annoying throughout this movie was the son's laugh.
Oh,
awful.
well, and how they make it a whole bit.
It made no
It
sense.
made no sense. It was just
No.
like that. Oh, we're making this for kids. We should include a funny little kid thing, and that's really
Like,
all I can
yeah,
explain it by.
for sure. But I'm also just like, what?
It is very. Yeah, you're right. It's like a kid's
And
joke.
yeah, maybe it's because like he's trying to be like the next in line big bad, but he still has like this weird childlike laughter, so no one could ever really take him seriously.
Take him seriously.
Maybe they're trying to play into that, but it still came off as like a what
They're
the fuck
talking
was
about
that?
how he has flaws.
yeah, right, right. But his
it's
flaws
really
is
deep.
like his
if you
weird
think
laugh.
about it.
Oh yeah.
It's so insane. So yes, they find a mysterious island where no electronics work, so none of their gadgets work. Meanwhile,
Spooky island.
Exactly. Gary and Gertie are rerouted to the Gobi Desert, and while trying to pinpoint their position, fall into a pit of camel poop, where they swear
They did?
revenge on the Cortezes.
Oh, is this the pit?
That they endlessly
desert
fall
with the
into,
camels.
or
There's a different pit. How many pits are on this island?
Well, there's the
there's
volcano.
two separate.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's a different pit.
That's a different
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to
That's-
remember where we are in the
That's
movie.
we're about to get to that part. But basically, where Gary and Gertie were supposed to go to, they didn't end up there because they got like rerouted from Carmen hacking into their system.
And Carmen is
The daughter Spy Kid,
got it.
main good guy Spy
Yes.
Kid. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay.
she hacked into their system, sent them to the Gobi Desert. So they're not even near the island anymore.
No.
So they landed in camel shit, and they were like, "We're gonna kill these Cortez kids."
Yeah. Oh, right. And then they get like fat with a life preserver.
We're about to get.
Yes.
We're about to get there. Yeah.
Oh, I spoiled it. Sorry.
So basically, we're at that point where the Cortez kids land on this island, and yes, they fall into the volcano. It's a never-ending, like, they fall forever. They're doing that whole shtick. So
Sure.
they meet Romero, Steve Buscemi, who is a scientist
Let's go.
who attempted to create miniaturized hybrid animals to sell. He
I'm
accidentally...
assuming you have his line written down.
Oh, I do. We're going to get there.
Hell yeah.
He accidentally doused them with a growth concoction, causing them to increase in size. He also reveals that he created the transmuker to hide his island, meaning that the stolen transmuker was a prototype and the real one is on the island. Too afraid of the large creatures roaming around, Romero shows Carmen and Junie the way to the real transmuker. Also, he has this line. This
Yes.
line that I didn't even remember that Stuart had brought up in the first episode that we did on Spy Kids.
Beautiful.
But his line, he says,
It is, honestly.
"Do you?" He just looks off into the distance, and he goes,
And there's sad music playing.
yeah,
Yeah, there is.
And he just says, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?" It's
beautiful.
fucking unreal for a Robert Rodriguez Spy Kids movie for him to just like take a moment, cut away to him just saying that, and then just get back to the normal corny Spy Kids dialogue.
But you know what? That is a real Steve Buscemi line. That's
Yeah,
that's
totally
that's
is.
coming from the heart.
It was
from Steve Buscemi.
genuinely beautiful.
I will say it was such a bittersweet line because in the scene, I'm like, oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like I could get that tattooed.
Yeah.
But that scene happened, and I was like, wait, that means that Robert Rodriguez is capable of writing like that and chooses not to.
Yeah. Well, his
so mad.
Remember, his whole thing is like he wants it from the mind of a child. He wants like
Oh, I
it's-
guess that's
his
true.
whole philosophy was like I want my movies to be like this but not this, like made for kids by kids. So like he consulted basically with his children of
His
like
children.
what do you want to
Yeah.
see? He took a lot of their drawings and a lot of their like literal lines of dialogue, put it in his movies. So it makes sense to a certain degree, and I understand his philosophy of like why he did that. But it is, again, like you said, bittersweet of like you see this line, you're like, what could this movie have been?
What could have been?
This could have been insane. I mean, it still is insane, but like in different
could
ways.
have been brilliant.
Could have been The Godfather. So after being informed of their disappearance, Gregorio, which is the dad, and Ingrid, which is the mom of the normal good guy Spy Kids. I'm doing
The
this
hot
for
parents.
Pelton. Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
Cortezes.
The Cortez family, yes.
The Cortezes.
The Cortez parents. Begin tracking down Carmen and Junie, joined by Ingrid's parents, who don't like
this-
Mr. Cortez because
Is
they're
this the
racist.
scene where Hot Spy Kid's mom, not Hot Spy Kid's dad,
Yeah.
she put on a pair of sunglasses and it said Spy Mama?
I think so. They do the glasses thing like multiple times throughout this movie.
Yeah,
So
the bad
I don't remember
boy.
if this was the scene or if it was
Yeah.
when they like show up to help fight in like the final battle or whatever.
Fair. All I know is the scene where it says Spy Mama on her glasses. I'm like, that.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I know at the end Gary puts on his to like again flirt with Carmen, and it just says "bad boy."
Yep. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Insane.
Which he's a minor. I'm not touching that
Yeah,
one.
right,
but
right. So Carmen and Junie start their voyage to the other side of the island, followed closely by Gary and Gertie. So they fight off a spider
Cortez.
monkey and skeletons with swords. Again, these are the scenes that I remember very vividly. And Carmen is taken away by a flying pig. Again, something that I think that scene may have been on like the DVD menu screens,
when it,
which is
like,
like
goes through
looped.
the
I
That definitely
remember the
feels
flying
like it.
pig, like in that section.
And like you're falling asleep, and that's just going
Yes,
on
and it's the
rewind
same audio loop too, and it's
until you
like-
have to shut it off.
Exactly. Oh, what a good time.
This
she's-
generation doesn't have to deal with it with
nobody
the
knows.
Netflixes and the
Just
streamings.
autoplay.
Oh.
Are you even still watching? We don't even know. It doesn't matter back in our day. So she's dropped in a nest with Gertie. This is the flying pig's nest. Who tells Carmen that Gary is truly evil. So Junie feeds the spider monkey, who becomes his friend, and then is confronted with the snake lizard hybrid creature that
Yeah.
Gary has also befriended. So they have
This
this
one
like
was-
fight between them all.
this was the I think maybe the first time in the whole movie where I was like, oh, maybe I have seen this.
Yeah.
Like that struck a chord, but in like the wrong way.
It almost felt like in a way, not fully, but like almost like a Narnia scene where it's like you have these weird creatures and you have the kids like befriending them and then fighting
Sure.
each other with them. So maybe it was that, maybe it was genuinely just Spy Kids. I don't know.
You know what it
Also,
felt
Narnia,
like?
What? Go ahead.
No. Wait.
No, I was gonna say my memory of Narnia is that it just looks better,
It does.
True.
right?
Yeah.
Like the lion looks great.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this scene felt very reminiscent of the Harry Potter chess scene.
Yeah.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of just
Well,
like,
okay.
hey, this is a silly battle to the death of two kids.
Right. With creatures that are hybrid, bad CGI creatures.
Yeah.
It's okay. I was gonna save this for final thoughts, but you did kind of bring it up. One of my biggest
careful.
things
Be
with this
careful.
movie. Hey, take it easy, Mr. Weinstein.
Towing the
My biggest things is throughout most of this. I don't know if it's because of how it aged, or if this criticism would have been around when the movie came out. I honestly could not tell
Yeah.
you. But the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, man, I'd much rather be watching Harry Potter. Because they're so similar.
I mean, that is fair. And also we're getting to the point where it's like we're almost in like the fall season. You know, it's like that comfort time for Harry Potter for a lot of people. So
Not even that. Okay, listen.
I get it.
If I'm gonna watch an early 2000s movie where kids are the lead and they go on fun little adventures, one is this, where it's just bloated and crazy and feels very kid-ish, where Harry Potter, even though you can watch that as a kid, still feels like kind of mature.
Yeah.
And you could almost get in trouble for watching it.
Right.
And they look great, and they're acted better, they're written better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, why would I ever choose this?
I
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
don't know why we're glazing
Careful.
Bring it home.
Harry
bring it home.
Potter so much when you have Spy Kids on the back burner
Don't you
cooking the
dare.
patties on the grill, dude.
It wasn't cooking shit.
Spy Kids walked. So Harry
No,
Potter.
no.
can run. No.
Spy Kids
I
existed.
thoroughly
Harry Potter
believe
ran.
hand to
I am
God, hand to God.
Fully in the boat of I'd much rather watch Harry Potter than this. But that is because
Right.
Harry Potter is an evergreen IP. And I won't deny that. However, I do, like we said earlier, I do think there is a certain charm to this being a like core series of a lot of our generation, of like our childhood. So there's a
True.
certain like you can't watch these movies as often as the Harry Potter ones because the Harry Potter ones
No.
just hold up so much better. And you could watch those. I watch them once a year. Like genuinely, like around this time, I start and go through until like Christmas season. I watch them every couple weeks, and it's just like it's my comfort series, and like that's what it is. And I feel like that's the way for a lot of people. I don't know as many people who would say that about Spy Kids. Maybe Stuart, but
Bingo!
Probably.
but again, I still
He
think
hides
that
a
there's
kite
a
and watches all
certain
five.
charm to like rewatching the whole premise of the show, rewatching movies from your childhood of like, wow, like there was this certain nostalgia I have for this. Maybe it doesn't hold up as much now, but you can recognize the certain scenes that really bring you back to that feeling you had as a kid watching for the first time and being like, as Stuart mentioned before, like, holy shit, this CGI, it's mind blowing. Even though it's like bad, I've never seen anything like this. This is so interesting. So
It's just
I get your point.
It's tough because both are very similar and both came out in literally the same exact era.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, yeah, this came out in 2002, and this was Chamber of Secrets. It was the same year.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, there you
2001
go.
was Spy Kids, and 2001 was the first Harry Potter.
which insane.
Yeah.
So like the both they've really started at the same exact time.
Yeah.
So the comparison, unfortunately, does kind of draw itself.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
You know
But
what I mean?
also,
Yeah. When
I wonder if it would be any different if it had a similar budget and then like marketing budget and
Fair.
bigger crew and like I understand like you know the Harry Potter movies we talked about on the show before of like they're the biggest movies of every year that they come out, and this one hardly crossed 100 million.
well, besides Shrek 2.
Yeah, that fucking insane year.
The juggernaut that is Shrek
Insane.
2.
Stuart, did you know that Shrek 2 was the highest grossing movie of its year? It beat Harry Potter and Spider-Man of that year.
It's a yes or no.
It's okay if it's a no.
How do you hesitate?
All I know is that I did Shrek the Musical back in
Hell
high
yeah,
school.
baby.
Gas experience. I understand the love of onions.
Were you?
Trust
I was gonna
me.
say, were you living in the swamp? Were you Shrek? Who did you play?
Oh, dude, I was Lord Farquaad.
Hell yeah.
I had a
Hell
bob.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Didn't answer the question at all.
What? Of course I love Shrek.
That's
That
not.
wasn't the question either.
What was the question?
So I said, did you know that Shrek 2 was
Yeah.
the highest grossing movie of 2004?
And your answer was I was in Shrek the Musical.
You still don't have to think about it.
How is this not an easy answer?
Wait, but so how long ago was that from 9/11?
Stop. Move on, Nick. Move on.
It was 3 years. Okay, moving on. So when
That was
Gary
quick math.
attacks
I know, that was almost a little too quick, man.
Junie, all right.
It was 3 years, 9 months, 11 days, and 47 seconds.
Nailed it. So when Gary attacks
This
Junie,
podcast is going to be so cut up.
it's good.
We're deleting this episode.
Yeah, this episode's going. I'm burning this episode. I'm gonna, instead of bleeping things, I'm just gonna have like a fire sound over the course of the whole episode. Just like you hear the physical MP3s just getting burned. So when Gary attacks Junie, Carmen beats his ass. This is like the moment where she comes in, she beats him up, she does her thing. So they find the transmooker and are cornered by Gary, Gertie, and
What did you just call me?
yeah, it does sound bad.
What now?
I feel like every time I say it, I have to say transmooker device.
Yeah,
Just to
I
make
don't think
sure.
you can say that in
Right.
2026, man.
So they're
Take it
cornered by
easy.
Gary, Gertie, a captured Romero. He's like not there by his own will, and Donegan, which is their father. So
Right.
Carmen tosses the transmooker to her new flying pig friend.
Dude,
and
stop.
the bad guys go to find it. So
Wait, I got a question.
yes,
Here we go.
This device, no, chill.
was not present during 9/11. Just
No,
so you're
no,
aware.
no. Hey, I could take
Nick
this
would know.
podcasting thing seriously.
Clearly.
I can.
No, you got this. You're crushing it.
Did this device was it found archaeologically or was it
I
built
think
together?
The
Because why were they on the temple site?
the Steve Buscemi created it. So he talks about how he invented it.
He did?
But I think it was under the thumb of Donegan, the bad guy, the
Gotcha.
balding guy. So he created it, and I think he's like a mad scientist, it seems like. So he was like doing his experiments with the little creatures, and then he used it to hide the island so no one could see like what he was up to. He was doing his own thing. Carmen and Junie realize that they disabled the transmooker device, so their gadgets work. So they use their gadgets to kind of catch up with everyone, and Romero realizes his creature creations are friendly, and Carmen and Junie's parents and grandparents show up.
Forget about all that for a second. I wasn't paying attention anyway. The kids fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys felt this way, and not to again compare it to Harry Potter, because I know that's kind of a mute point at this point. But in Harry Potter, when the kids are fighting, they fight with like wands, and there's
Sure.
like a distance to it. Mm-hmm. So, like, even though it's like kid on kid violence, I'm watching a kid get the shit beat out of him. At least doesn't feel as personal.
Right.
But in this movie, they're throwing like fisticuffs.
Oh yeah.
Like they're beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I mean, Carmen literally punches
It's like
Gary to the ground.
I don't know if it's like just because like I worked at like a summer camp and did like stuff with like minors,
And
so
you didn't want
I
to
just
see
feel bad.
hand-to-hand combat at your summer
Yeah, I
camp.
didn't want to see a kid get punched in the face,
Right,
dude.
right.
It was a little hard to watch.
But
No,
would it have been more like two on the nose if they had like a distance, like a gadget that did something similar to a wand that was more of
it's
a distance?
tough. It's tough, right?
like,
That's the thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard replication to do, especially if the whole shtick is gadgets
Right.
I
and
know.
being spies. That is also taking a lot from like James Bond.
Right.
True.
It
Totally
feels
true.
it feels like it makes more sense with the close like hand-to-hand combat with all of that, like with that context.
It makes sense, but it's almost like
It's not as cool.
An unfortunate
Sure,
circumstance
sure,
of like
sure.
I watch a 12-year-old kid get punched in the face. I'm like, I might not like him, but he's still a kid.
Right. Yeah. That's fair.
Jesus
That's fair.
Christ.
Yeah, it does get brutal. Gertie reprograms the transmuker device to eliminate the Cortez family forever. And before, like, Donegan's ready to just murder them.
The whole bloodline.
Yeah. And before Donegan can use it, he and Mr. Cortez get into a fist fight. Literally. With
These
Donegan
are adults.
seemingly winning. Yes, so they
So this was fine.
started beating each other up.
Mind you, the fighting was very like they were doing the same. They were being yelled at what to do at the same time.
Right.
And
That's
so
true,
they were
they
just
were.
like throwing the same exact punch, doing the same exact thing.
Right.
It was a good shtick, is what I'm saying.
It's good. It's good stuff. So
I appreciate the translation.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, I like this.
Yeah. So he uses the device, but it breaks. Though Mr. Cortez was going to jump in front of his mother and father-in-law to save them. Again, there's this weird, like, C plot of, like, the grandparents not liking Mr. Cortez, seemingly because of racism. Like, there's not really, like, a real explanation. But
he's too hot.
Yeah, he's too hot. But then, like, he jumps in front of them. He's going to save them, like, sacrifice himself, do the whole thing. But then the device breaks. So Gertie actually reprogrammed the device to break, proving that she is on the right side of history. So Gary and Donegan get fired, or I guess Donegan gets fired. Gary gets put on leave for however long.
Yeah.
But also not arrested. Like, they were going to murder this family. They were basically going to take over the entire
gonna murder children,
spy system. Yeah, it's a weird thing that they don't get arrested.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But Ingrid's parents end up liking Mr. Cortez after all. So they have their little conclusion to the weird, not really relevant plot.
They overcome
side plot.
racism.
Yeah, right, great.
It's great.
Great. So Mr. Cortez gets named director of the OSS, finally, well-deserved. Junie and Carmen get offered level 1 clearance, but they reject it to become better people outside the agency, which I didn't really understand the whole decision of why they did that. But
At this point,
whatever.
I just stopped questioning.
Yeah.
things.
I was like, okay, whatever. Romero gifts Junie a small spider monkey as a thank you, and the family flies off into the sunset, and we end with a performance from Carmen, and all is well in the world, and that is Spy Kids 2, what the hell is this called? Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost Dreams.
It's a beautiful movie.
Way to land the finisher, dude.
Yeah. So, final thoughts. Going into final thoughts. Stuart, as our esteemed guest, I'm going to start with you. Did this hold up? What'd you think? Final thoughts.
I'm going to be honest. It didn't have the same enjoyment. However, it's still one of those movies where it's like you rewatch it and you appreciate like everything about it. The animation style, the cheesy lines, the VFX, the early style VFX. It's like, hey, that is still like a product of its time, and that's a great thing to experience.
Mm-hmm. That's very fair. Pelton, I'm going to throw it over to you because I feel like you're going to have a uniquely opposite reaction as final thoughts.
Well, I'm not that predictable. I do actually agree in places.
Yeah.
Where I said earlier where there is that kind of unique charm to it, that early 2000s charm that especially we have because we grew up with these, and understand it not working for people who didn't grow up with it and they can't see past the cheese and the effects, whatever. But for us, it's like, oh, that's cool. Like, it's our youth. Like, that's what we grew up with. That's awesome. So that charm is there. However, the question always is, like, does it hold up? I don't think it holds up.
Yeah.
I think, how about this? I'll give you this. I think the first one does hold up in a way. I do think the first one's better than this one. I think this one, even as a story, there's so much going on. It's very complicated. Plus, you have the thing of that early 2000s layer that not a lot of people like anyway. Put that on top of a story that already kind of doesn't work and it's all over the place. It's just not the best combo.
That is fair. I have similar thoughts. Overall, we know that I love this universe in general. So when it comes to Spy Kids, like, again, I haven't seen the 4th or 5th one, but there's a good chance that, like, there's going to be parts of those that I'm going to be like, hey, that's pretty cool, because I'm a Spy Kids fan. It's goofy. There's some rough CGI throughout. There's some weird story things, dialogue things, outside of that one line. But I forgive it for the most part because I know it's playing into this fun universe that I have bought into. That being said, I don't think that this movie holds up as well as the first one. I think the first one is far more
Yeah.
iconic. I think there are definitely scenes in this one that stick out to me, but not as many that have had as much of an impact as the first one. Now, I'm so curious about the third one because I think that one might stick out more to me, at least in thinking about it, with that lens of being an adult, more than the first two. But I'm curious to see if that one holds up more than the first one because I don't know if it will.
I'm the most nervous for that one.
Yes.
Because it's called Spy Kids 3D. And
It's called Spy Kids 3D
2003.
Game Over.
It's going to be a rough watch.
And you know what's great about it? It did have 3D graphics with early
Yeah.
cable 3D situations.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I remember experiencing that
Yep.
too.
Hell yeah.
I watched
do
that
too,
movie
actually.
so many times. But yeah, I'm so curious to see how that one holds up. But overall, comparing this one to the first one, I do think the first one holds up more.
Yeah.
But now, Stuart, I know it's been a while since you've been on the show. So before we say our little line at the end, we have a ranking system that we've newly implemented into our show. So instead of a 5-star ranking system like you normally would have, Pelton and I, again, it's been a little while since we've seen each other, but we both started collecting physical media because that shit rules. So we are now ranking our movies based on if we would buy it on 4K Steelbook, which is like the top 5-star rank.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Then just below that is buying it on secondhand or on sale. Just below that is watching it on streaming. And then just below that is never watching it again. So that's like a 0 to 1 star. So Stuart, I'm going to start with you. Where does this fall in the ranking system for you?
You know what? This, on the grand scheme of ranking, is like if I saw a VHS copy in like a Goodwill or an antique store, I would totally pick up and buy that and be like, hey, this is a great piece of media to have because I remember having that VHS tape.
Okay. I love that.
But past that, like...
So somewhere in between streaming and buying it secondhand.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly how I would put
That's
it.
fair.
Okay. I love that. Pelton.
Okay. The little angel on my shoulder says, I say streaming. Come on, be nice. But then, to be honest, there's a little voice in my head that's like, dude, you could go the rest of your life never watching this shit again, and you live a very happy life.
I guess the question is, of like all of the Greenlit movies that we've covered, it's like without our like finale episodes, we have about 80 movies that we've covered, right? Is this one that you would go back to of like our like grand list?
Yeah, fuck it. I would watch it on streaming.
I am in the same boat.
I'll give it that.
I'm in the same boat. There's enough here that I'm not like, oh fuck, like I would never watch this again. This is trash.
Yeah.
But there's not enough that I would be like, I'm gonna own this. I mean, eventually I will actually own it. But yeah, in terms of our rankings, I would say also streaming.
Yeah,
So
streaming.
we're on the same boat.
Hear me out.
Here we go. Buckle
For
up.
Spy Kids 3D, when we do this, because naturally the people are going to want to have a third podcast with me on here.
It's gonna happen
After
next summer.
this.
Yeah.
Sure.
We should watch the first, the second, and the third together.
I like that idea.
Well, wait a minute. Do you mean like we watch all three, or you mean like the three of us are in a room and we watch all three?
Or the three of us are on Zoom.
Okay.
I like that.
Maybe
Now-
if I'm like feeling really down that day.
We could we could break it up over a month's time
Okay.
for you, Pelton.
Deal. Done.
Yeah, I like that. I like
I'm
that.
there.
I like that. So one final thought on Spy Kids 2, the Island of Lost Dreams. I can't believe this got greenlit. Thank you all for listening. Stuart, thank you so much for coming back 3.5 years later to talk Spy Kids 2.
I now remember why we took this long.
No. Genuinely, it was great to have you back. I'm always grateful to catch up with people after not seeing them for a while, and you were one of those people. So I'm very, very happy to have you back on the show, and to talk one of our favorite franchises. Maybe not Pelton, one of my favorite franchises. We love you, Stuart.
I love you guys. Awesome being back.
I wish it was in a different context, buddy.
Yeah. So, thank you all for listening. Tune in next week. Well, actually, let me just say this. This was our last episode of the
Ever.
Summer of Sequels. So I'm very grateful for all of our incredible guests, everyone who's worked on all of the movies that we've covered, every guest that hasn't worked on any of the movies that we've covered, but just is a great person, like our friend Stuart over here. We're truly appreciative for every single one of you for coming on the show, and also everyone who listens to this series, because this was a unique and different approach for the show for us, and something that we were both very interested in, actually pretty early on. We've been wanting to do this for a while now, so I'm happy that we executed it in a way that we both really wanted to, and I think it went pretty well. So, with that being said, next summer, stay tuned for more Summer of Sequels, but until then, tune in next week for a little something we like to call Franchise Fall. We're doing all of the biggest franchises from our childhood. Week by week, we're going to talk about a few movies from a few major franchises, starting with The Lord of the Rings. So stay tuned for that, and we will talk to you then. Bye.
Wait, can we announce one more thing?
Sure.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Because if people listen
Go
to
ahead,
the show,
Mr. Tony Stark.
Shut up. I hate you. If people listen to the show, they know that for 3.5 years, I've been slowly chipping away at Nick like a big-ass iceberg.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince him to do
iceberg.
Marvel. Yeah, you're the iceberg. I want him to do Marvel. He will never do it. He's like, I don't want you to have fun doing this show. I don't like seeing you have joy and entertainment.
Right.
But finally, for Franchise Fall, we're doing Lord of the Rings. We have 2 franchises
That we're going to keep secret.
I just got corrected off air that we're going to keep secret. But can I announce one?
Sure. You can announce
Dude,
yours.
let's fucking go. We are doing Avengers 1, 2, 3, and 4.
We're doing it.
Let's
we're doing the
go.
Avengers. I'm very excited.
I actually care about Greenlit now.
After
4 years.
will be very fun, but we do have to reintroduce the premise of our show, because the title in the context of these movies no longer makes any sense. So,
No, it doesn't. But I don't care because we're doing Avengers.
It's movies from our childhood, but now we're dipping into the major franchises that we have not covered so far. So stay tuned for that, and we will talk to you then.
Avengers.
Bye.
See ya.
This has been a Quaywood audio production.